Oh, here comes Giannis. Missed. Oh, we're going to OT.
Overtime.
OT, Giannis. With a baseline jumper, missed.
OT, OT, OT.
OT, OT.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rambling Runoff. I am your host, Robert Rios, here to give you the sports news I think you should hear because it's cool and fun and sometimes very entertaining. But as always, to help me host the show through the virtual landscape is my co-host, Mr. Senor Danny Tan. Danny, say what's up to the people.
What up, y'all? What's going on?
Yes, we got an action-packed show for you. As always, we're going to be going over the NBA playoffs, give you guys an update there. Then in the second part of the show, we're going to be going over the MLS scores. And then in the warm-up, we're going to be giving you guys a NFL draft review and giving our opinions there a little bit. A little controversy, or at least something very interesting that happened. We'll talk about it once we get there. And then, of course, in the rundown, we got everything to cover from NASCAR, wrestling, soccer, whatever. It's all in there. So, come join us for that at the end. But Danny, how you doing? What you been up to?
I am chilling. I haven't been up to much. I can't even say I've been golfing because it's been a hot minute. Just been working, chilling. What about you, Rob?
I recently went to Chicago. I think, or last weekend, I should say, not this past weekend, but last weekend. So that was cool. I never been there. It was pretty windy.
Right.
I mean, it was
cold?
cool. Yeah, it was a little chilly. I mean, it was expected to rain. It did for like a minute, literally a minute.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only time I got wet. But other than that, it was pretty cool. I had a really good time.
Nice.
But yeah. I told my girlfriend, I'm like, every time you see a Chicago Fire logo or a crest, take a shot. We only saw like 3, but she didn't want to do it.
Only 3?
Yeah, they don't do a lot of promoting for that team out there for some reason.
That's crazy.
I think I saw more promotion for the women's soccer team than the guys' soccer team.
Interesting. I can't even name you the women's soccer team.
Yeah, it's not a good name, so don't even worry about it.
Ooh, okay.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. We tried going to the United Center, but it was closed. It was Easter.
Right.
But I mean, we had a good time. Went to the pier. We went to a museum. I guess we went to downtown Chicago, like proper Chicago. Like, there's no driving; you just walk. So that was very interesting.
Nice. Yeah.
And we took the train, like a real train.
Yeah. Not something we do here in LA.
Nah, yeah, for real. Like, if you don't have a car over here, you're kind of screwed.
Real.
But yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool. I don't know. That's all for me. I don't know. Do you don't got nothing interesting to say, Danny?
I literally haven't done much. Only thing I did is I did a bit of a career day for a friend who works at a school district.
Ooh,
shout
nice.
out Luis. But yeah, just did a career day. Kind of virtually toured our work facilities for some kids. Which is okay. It was fun. But yeah, not much.
Wait, didn't you just go see Sinners?
Oh yeah, I did go watch the Sinners movie.
I was about to say, I know I talked to you the other day. Yeah, I heard it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it's a very fun movie. It's a bit silly at times, but it's shot beautifully. Beautiful film. Yeah, very fun action movie. As Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler films are. But yeah, it's a very good movie. I would recommend you go and watch it. It is less spooky than I think some people may anticipate. It's just a bit of a fun action, a bit of gore, but not too crazy. It's just a fun watch overall.
Welcome to Rambling Runoff Movie Edition.
Yeah, what we call that? Marathon movie off.
But yeah, that sounds cool. I know I've been hearing a lot about it, so maybe I'll go check it out.
Yeah, it's a good movie to watch.
Alrighty, sir. Are you ready to jump right into the sports podcast that we have.
Yes, sir. Let's hop into it.
All right, everybody. We're going to be talking, or I should say, giving you an NBA playoff update. A lot of games going on as we speak. A lot of basketball has occurred since we last spoke to y'all. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. Danny, where do you want to start? You're the basketball guy. We could start in the West. We could do the East. We can just hop around. We don't gotta do every team, every series, but
Yeah,
I don't know. What do you want to
We
do?
can touch a little bit on each series. I think the East is a bit easier to start with. Yeah, we could definitely start in the East. You want to give us
Okay.
just a quick score rundown? We can go one series at a time, and we can comment on each one. Rob, you want to start us
Sure.
off
Well,
with
let's talk about one of
top
the
of the
games
East?
that is on right now as we are recording. We got the Knicks and the Pistons going at it right now. If I have my notes correct, New York took the first game 123 to 112. Then Detroit paid back the favor 194. Then New York won the third game 118 to 116, and then New York won the fourth game 94 to 93, a very close one.
Yes.
At the moment,
Controversially.
as controversially, yes, thank you. As of this recording, the Knicks and the Pistons are playing. They're at halftime. The Knicks are up 50 to 49. From the little bit that I was able to watch, it is a back and forth affair. Both
Yes,
teams
sir.
knocking down shots, optional defending, in my opinion. So we'll have to see where the score line reads at the end of the game. But Daniel, what do you got to say?
Yeah. The Knicks take a 3-1 series lead. They're looking to close out today. As of this recording, but it's been really back and forth. The Pistons seem like they're one piece away. Maybe it's because of the injured and missing Jaden Ivey. Maybe it's because they're lacking a little bit in the big department. But yeah, the Knicks, Jalen Brunson has been playing lights out. The games where Karl Anthony Towns plays physical, he's been doing great. Cade Cunningham has been amazing. Malik Beasley stepping up. Jalen Duren as a big man stepping up as well. Yeah, it's been a great back and forth series. Bit of jawing. Dennis Schroeder's been great. A little bit of pushing, shoving, but that's just how the playoffs are. I think the Knicks will likely close it out today. Yeah, a bit of that controversy. Excuse me. In Game 4, where in the last shot, Tim Hardaway Jr. definitely got fouled. Did not get called during the game. Game ended. The 2-minute report afterwards, the NBA went ahead and said he did get fouled with the excessive contact during and after the shot. But too little, too late. Doesn't change the outcome of the game. There's nothing you can do about it. But yeah, it's been a great series to watch, back and forth. And as Rob said, as of this recording right now, the Knicks have a 1-point lead. And tail of the tape, I saw during a TNT broadcast that the point difference is like an 8-point difference over all 4 games, with the Detroit Pistons leading in rebounds, but also leading in turnovers, with a differential of like 40 rebounds and like 20 turnovers. So kind of evens out with second chance points and whatnot. But yeah, it's been a great series. Jalen Brunson, lights out, clutch player of the year. Yeah, it's been awesome. Rob, have you been able to catch one of these games?
Just the Laker games. But we'll talk about that in a bit. But for the sake of time, let's move on to another Eastern round,
Let's do
first
it.
round game.
Skip all those scores. Just tell me what the series is at, Rob.
Currently we got Indiana and Milwaukee. Game 5 will be Friday, May 2nd. Indiana leads 3-1. Danny, what do you think about this series right now?
Yeah, it's good. Wait, what do you mean? Game 5 Friday, great. Game 5 right now.
Oh, did I write that? Did I write that wrong then? Was I looking at the wrong thing?
It
right
is.
now?
It is happening currently right now. They are currently in overtime. You might have heard we're
my
trying
bad.
out something new. There's a little intro. We recorded our live reaction to the overtime, or my live reaction to the overtime. But yeah, Indiana is leading 3-1. The Bucks unfortunately suffered a devastating injury. Even though Damian Lillard was able to come back for Game 2 after he being medically cleared from his blood clot. He in Game 4 suffered a confirmed torn Achilles, and will not be returning for the series and likely not for the next season. But this series has been a domination of Indiana. They've played with pace. They've played their kind of defense, their kind of offense. Tyrese Halliburton has been great. He's had some slumps on the offensive end, but where he is not able to create, or he's not able to output himself, been able to create opportunities for his teammates. I think he's got 12. He's averaging 12 assists over these last 4 games. Yeah, it's been great. Pascal Siakam has been great. Andrew Nembhard, Miles Turner, they've been great. Giannis is averaging, I think, 33 points over the series, which is great, but it's just a little too late. I feel, or I fear.
To beg to differ to you, I don't know if you're looking at your TV, but it's 118 to 114 in favor of Milwaukee. Oh, also, I meant to write down Game 6 is on Friday, if necessary. That's why I meant to write down. Oopsie.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But yeah, it looks like Milwaukee's going to take this game. They're a 4-point lead, 118 to 114, 32.7 seconds left in OT. But come on, let's be honest, Robert. Without Damian Lillard, it's going to take a miracle for these Bucks to go to 7 and take the win against Indiana.
I mean, there's not a lot of upsets in these playoffs, so I think we're due for one at least. But yeah, it's a very big long shot here for the Bucks.
Yes. But yeah.
Let's move on to the next series, Danny, really quick. We'll let you know if Indiana somehow pulls a miracle here. We also got in the East. I mean, this one's already done and dusted. Cleveland swept the Miami Heat.
As expected.
Yeah, I mean, the Heat went down to the wire. They really tried their best. Tyler Hero in the game after Game 3 was like, we're gonna try not to get swept here. And then, of course, he allegedly he backpedaled and he was like, oh, we need help. But hey, like, you guys wanted this. You guys literally said we wanted to be in the playoffs. Right. Here you go. You made the playoffs. But
so they weren't scared of any team.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I think also this isn't. I'm not gonna say the Heat suck. I just think the Cavs are just a way better team. But also, I think the league just really pigeonholed a team like the Heat without Jimmy Butler into a bad spot where it's like, oh, well, we could still compete even though we have a almost losing record. And I think they didn't really deserve that, you know? Do you know what I mean, Danny? Like, they were only in it only because the league said they could be, not because their record or their playing quality improved at any point.
Right. I mean, I think they did earn that spot. I mean, they beat the Hawks, who played like they didn't want it. Played like they didn't even want to be in the play-in. They're the first 10th seed to move up into the playoffs. But excuse me. Yeah, I think the Heat are just in a tough position. Jimmy Butler forced his way out. And in the meantime, kind of destroyed the locker room culture. And the Heat, I think they recovered well. We'll see what moves they make in the offseason to recover the roster. But yeah, I mean, this was the Cleveland Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland was injured in between, so he didn't play all games. But Evan Mobley, masterclass. Yeah, I mean, the Cleveland Cavaliers just took care of business. And in fact, they put a statement out by defeating the Miami Heat by 55 points in Game 4, almost beating the record, at one point leading by 60 points, 138 to 83, an incredible feat, but it's on to the next, and they get some time to rest. The Cleveland Cavaliers seem to be steamrolling, while the Boston Celtics struggle a little bit against Orlando, but we're going to talk about in a second. The Cleveland Cavaliers just took care of business, and they get some well-deserved rest, and hopefully Darius Garland will be up and ready for the next series.
Yeah, I mean, we can move on now for the sake of time, of course. Like, there's a lot of games here, Danny. Right. Boston and Orlando. Boston won game 1. They won the second game. Orlando won the third game. Very close. And then Boston won the third game as well. So Boston
The
leads
fourth game.
3-1. Danny, what can you tell us about this game?
Yeah.
Very
you said,
quickly,
Boston
please.
3-1. Jason Tatum took over game 4. Paulo Banchero has been amazing. Franz Wagner has been great. But a little bit of injury. Jason Tatum hurt his wrist. Jaylen Brown hurt his finger. Kristaps Porzingis took a hit to the head, bleeding on his skull. It's a very physical series. I think we're really seeing how strong Paulo Banchero can be. How this Orlando team can really push another team. And they might not be ready for it this year, but next year they're gonna make a great run at it. And holy guacamole, excuse me, Rob. Breaking news: Indiana takes the lead in OT with 1.3 seconds left. 119 to 118.
What the heck is going
Milwaukee the
on?
ball. Gary Trent Jr. throws
And
off,
it's over.
and he misses. It's over. The Milwaukee Bucks have been eliminated. Indiana Pacers
Yo, that is
move on
crazy.
to the second round of the playoffs.
Oh
Wow,
my goodness.
that
Indiana's
is
stealing
so
it.
crazy.
Super duper late. Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Tyrese
Now I
Halliburton on
gotta
top of the
fix
scorers
all the
table.
audio levels here because I can't believe it. Oh
I
my
cannot
gosh.
believe it. You definitely have to fix my audio levels for that.
Oh my gosh. All
That
right.
is
Well,
so
you hear it here
crazy.
first.
Oh
Well,
my lord.
The next day at least.
Oh, Giannis.
Dude, they
Giannis talking to
screwed-
somebody. Is that Tyrese Halliburton's dad?
They screwed the pooch.
Yes, they did.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, Giannis angry, talking to a fan or
Oh,
somebody. I didn't even see who it is. I think it is
What
someone's
is
dad.
going on?
That was so crazy.
Oh well.
Wow,
That is just
insane.
unprecedented. They bottled it, as they say in the UK.
Yep,
I
Tyrese
can't believe
Halliburton
it.
with the clutch lay.
Wow. Hey man,
Jeez.
some teams they just got it, bro.
They do got it. And yeah, the hot Pacers are gonna move forward, and according to my bracket, they
What?
are going to move on and face
Who they
the
gonna
winner.
face?
The Cavs. They're gonna face the Cavs.
Ooh, that should be a good series then, huh?
Yeah, that should be a great series. If
I mean, the
if
Pacers
it
was
shakes out to how it's
the,
supposed to shake out, the Cavs
the
should roll them,
gentleman's
but
sweep.
yeah, gentleman sweep against the Bucks. Unfortunately, the injury hampered Bucks.
I mean,
missing
we'll see.
their second star, Dame Lillard, Dame Dollar.
All right. I mean,
But
with
let's
that,
move over to the West, huh?
Yeah, I was about to say that's it, right? No more. Okay,
No.
perfect. Yeah, for this continuing part, let's skip over the hometown teams and go. Let's go with the Rockets and Warriors. Another back and forth affair, if I have it here correctly. Golden
It's
State.
a very physical affair.
Golden State taking the first game. Houston paying it back in the second one. Golden State takes the third one. Golden State takes the fourth. If I have that correctly, please correct me this time.
Nope, you're right.
And then Wednesday, or as of this recording, April 30th, Wednesday, it will be Warriors and Rockets, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on TNT or Max. Warriors can take this game. Danny, who do you think will win this game?
Yeah, I think Golden State, their experience. Steph Curry has shown that he is able to carry another team over the youthful, physical, big-bodied Houston Rockets. So I think Golden State's going to take it, but we'll see. We'll see if the Houston Rockets can bounce back. Jalen Green has been disappointing. Despite his 38-point game 2, he needs to be more consistent player. Like even on an off night, he started off the series scoring, I believe, 7, then dropped 38 in game 2, helping the Houston Rockets take that game, and then came back to earth and only scored 9 in game 3. He did okay in game 4, I think, with 16 points. But yeah, the Houston Rockets need to collectively figure out how they're going to beat the Warriors. Steph Curry, the last game they held Steph Curry to 17 points, which is great, but
There was this
Pachucus
other
came up.
guy
Yeah,
on the team that
AirPods.
made a miracle health recovery.
Yep. Jimmy Butler,
Mr. Playoff Jimmy.
playoff Jimmy with a hurt and bruised butt, bruised
Yo,
coccyx.
I thought it was his groin. Oh, but anyways, he hurt himself. He has a boo boo.
Yeah, but
He
came
made the
back.
Rockets
Playoff
go
Jimmy.
boo hoo hoo all the way
Yeah.
home or whatever, all the way
A
back to
little bit of
hotel.
drawing between him and Dylan Brooks, but yeah, I mean it's been an extremely fun series to watch.
Go
Both
Bodies.
teams very energetic. But yeah, I mean, just really quick, double play. The Houston Rockets got to play double bigs. When they had Steven Adams and Şengün on the floor, they were winning. They're able to push Steph Curry off and make the rest of the team win. If that's how you lose, that's how you lose. I think
Yeah.
you just have to stick with what's working for you. I think Steve Kerr is going to come up with something. I think he's going to have to play Jonathan Kuminga, which has not seen a lot of time. Moses Moody has been great. Yeah, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green almost got ejected in the last game. But yeah, I mean, it's been a great series. If you need something to watch, we got 2 great series to watch on Wednesday night. We got the Rockets and Warriors, and we can move on to our next one. The Lakers and Minnesota will also be the next game on Wednesday. A very back and forth, very tight series as well. Well, not really back and forth, I guess, but a very tight series nonetheless.
Yes.
The Lakers are down because of the homecoming team. I'm gonna say in the perspective of the Lakers, they are down 1-3.
3-1, Danny. Come on.
Well, I mean, I'm saying the perspective of the Lakers. They're only able to steal away one game, game 2, and the Minnesota Timberwolves being able to win everything else. With a very close, tight game, very controversial game 4. A couple of fouls called, a couple fouls not called. But either way, the Lakers should have done much better than what we're seeing. LeBron James has been doing LeBron James things. The bench of the Lakers has not been doing good. Game 1, everyone was shooting poorly. They came back. Game 2, were able to do well. I think game 3 and 4, they're focusing a little bit too much on attacking Rudy Gobert, but they need to find their style of basketball and play it, as the Minnesota Timberwolves are. Anthony Edwards played great, 43 points in the last game, in game 4, leading the Timberwolves to that win. But Lakers got to do something. You got to do something. The bench has to come up, step up. They need a couple players in double digits. You can't just have LeBron, Luka doing everything.
I don't think they have
see.
a bench. I mean, I think right now. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but excuse me. Yeah, they only have 4 players right now. I don't think JJ Redick wants to put out what's the guy, Jackson Hayes, the center.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think literally in this last game where they were going back and forth, they only played with the starting 5, like the whole second half, like the last part of the game.
No substitutions the whole second half.
And you could tell they were gassed. Like LeBron couldn't do it. Luka was just like, I don't know what to do.
Right.
But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But Danny, we have another LA team in the playoffs at the moment.
Yes.
The Clippers going back and forth. Let's try to go a little quick here. The Clippers going back and forth with the Nuggets. I was able to watch the last minutes of the last game, and we'll start there. Did that shot count or did not count, Danny?
I'm gonna say it counted.
I also agree with you.
Yeah, I think the dunk is a weird thing to try to do, especially when you're that close on time. I think a tip in would have been safer, less controversial, but
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You want to make sure that the ball goes into the basket. But yeah, the Denver Nuggets and Clippers are tied 2-2. They will be playing as of this recording tonight, 4/29 Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, this has been an electric series, back and forth. Russell Westbrook winning game 1.
7 p.m. Pacific.
We're talking about. Yes, is that what I said?
You say Eastern.
Oh, my bad.
But this will already be out tomorrow anyway. But yeah, they're playing tonight.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, give us a prediction. Who do you think is gonna win? How about that? A quick prediction.
I think the Nuggets are gonna be able to take this one. I want the Clippers to win because I think that'll be a better series against Oklahoma. But you just can't count Jokic out. Jokic, Murray, Aaron Gordon, man of the hour, who won Game 4.
Jokic is
The
automatic,
play that
man.
we're talking
What
about.
are you gonna do? He's automatic.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Right. Best player in the game. Seems like the cyborg, Kawhi Leonard, has woken up. He has
Mhm.
arisen after playing very little games in the regular season, out for injury, load management. Um, yeah.
Fucking Danny.
We'll see. James Harden has been great.
Yeah.
Zubac, the most improved player.
Yeah, he's doing really good.
He's been doing
Gotta
great.
stay consistent.
He's been doing amazing. Norman Powell, while they're playing at home,
Mhm.
in the Clippers arena, the Intuit Dome, he's been doing amazing. We'll see how they do, as they return to Denver. But I like the, you know what? I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna like the Clippers in this series. I want Jokic to make it through. But though I think as a unit, the Clippers are deeper. Their bench is deeper. I like them going up against OKC. I think that'll be a very entertaining. It'll be entertaining either way.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be a more entertaining series to see. Kind of, that'll be a change of the guard. See Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Norman Powell, some of these older guys play against a youthful Oklahoma City Thunder, and it'll be very interesting because you'll see the Clippers versus the Thunder, who traded for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. See what could have been if Shai had stayed, and they
Yeah.
didn't trade for Paul George. So that'll be a very funny series to not funny, fun series to watch if it does come through.
Ironic.
Otherwise, if the Denver Nuggets make it through, it'd be really cool to see Jokic up there too.
I don't think.
Yeah, we could also jump into the OKC series.
I know.
with
Speaking
the
of
Memphis Grizzlies.
SGA, I mean, a not so entertaining series. The Thunder swept the Grizzlies 4-0. 130. Optional defending by Memphis here.
There was a couple
scoreline,
games that play a little hard.
Danny, look at these scorelines. Game 1, 131-80. 118-99, 114-108. The last game was the only slightly competitive, 117-119.
Right.
These
but
were
game
not,
3, at one point, the Memphis Grizzlies were up 29.
and they still screwed the pooch. They straight up
After
busted
John Morant
Bucks.
got hurt and he
Come
had
on,
to
bro.
go to the locker room.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So it all kind of
yeah.
all tumbled down. But
Memphis
Danny,
didn't seem ready, but OKC was awesome and they took care of business as the Cleveland Cavaliers did. Both 1-seed sweep. Sorry.
oh
what were
yeah,
you saying, Rob?
for real, yeah. I mean, it's all been pretty interesting basketball. I mean, it's not back and forth as I would probably think the league executives and owners would like, but I think it still makes for somewhat compelling basketball considering we're just getting the best of the best and not this what could have been type of controversy that we've been getting the past couple of years.
Right.
So it's compelling television, but it's not too overbearing. So yeah, I think it's still interesting style of play that we're seeing right now from all the teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think this has been one of the most fun first round of the playoffs that I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, the matchups have been great. The West has been so tight that it's been very interesting to see how the
Yeah.
seedings affect all the matchups and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's been very entertaining. Even the games that I expect to be a roll, like some of the Cleveland Miami games, the first couple games, there were some streaks where the Heat had some runs and whatnot. But yeah, it's been very interesting to see how these teams take their seeding and exert their dominance. But we'll see how it shakes out. Hopefully, the Lakers can push through as our hometown team. Hopefully, push to 7. You hate to see LeBron and Luka in their first playoff run and an exit in the first round. So we'll see. But
They need a center.
Rob, you have any last thoughts before we move on?
Just really quick disclaimer. My dog ain't feeling so good today, so I'm holding him with me. So sorry if you hear him whimpering today. Say hi. Hi. All right. Well, obviously you don't talk, but but yeah, I got my dog chilling right here next to me. All I gotta say is just quick key dates. Once again, yeah, the playoffs are underway. The draft lottery is May 12th, and then the NBA finals themselves begin June 5th. But yeah, we'll try to see what our NBA coverage looks like down the line. We still basically have a month until the finals. So yeah, we'll let you guys know on the socials. But yeah, Dan, you got anything else to add real quick?
No, I'm excited how the rest of this first round shakes out. We have 2 more elimination games that we're watching tonight. So let's see how the second round shapes. But yeah, I expect the Oklahoma City Thunder to come out of the West, and if it's the Cleveland Cavaliers coming out of the East, it might be the least watched finals in quite a while. But it'll be very interesting to me. A bit of more into it NBA fan, but I think most teams want to see one of the big franchises. But anyway, yeah, I'm very excited to see how this year's playoffs shake out.
No, yeah. All right. I mean, with that, Dan, are you ready to move on?
Let's go.
All right. From the hardwood, we go to the soccer field. I'm just gonna do a very semi-quick MLS scoreline update here. We got an MLS Match Day recap there. I finally found a good name for this. I just got rid of the number, and that's what Match Day recap there. That's the segment we
Let's do it.
should probably go with for any future notice. But yeah, I mean, this time not a lot of draws like last time I went over them, but yeah, we got FC Cincinnati beating Sporting Kansas City 2-1. Kevin Dunke scored in the 43rd and 28th minute for Cincinnati. Toronto FC hosted New York City, which they lost 1-0. Alonso Martinez scored the lone goal for New York City. New York Red Bulls hosted CF Montreal. Noah Ile scored in the 67th minute. Philadelphia Union goose egg DC United 3-0. Jacob Glesnes, a popular player from out there, scored in the 15th minute. Danley Ginjakis scored in the 52nd minute. Then Bruno Damani scored in the 77th minute as well for the Union. Orlando City also goose egged Atlanta FC 3-0. Luis Muriel scored in the 42nd minute. Alexander Freeman got his goal in the 51st. And then Marco Palasic scored in the 67th minute. I mean, I'll bring this up real quick. This is interesting to me because back when Atlanta first started, this used to be backwards. Atlanta used to whoop Orlando. Now it's the other way around. So, very interesting to see what's happening down there in the South. Charlotte FC lost to New England Revolution. Carlos Hill scored the lone goal in the 77th minute. Wilfred Zaha, their big new signing in the year, went to social media talking about, I guess people were complaining about him. He didn't say who. To me, it sounded like he was complaining about non-team or first team organizers blaming him. I think he was probably talking about just, the noise, like media saying like how he dribbles too much and he's just too flashy. But I forgot what I was watching or listening to, but it might have been the Golazo Network on CBS. They're saying like, oh, he's posting this, like he's probably saying about the coaches. I don't think he's talking about the coaching or the team. I think he was talking about someone very in particular that's not associated with the team that was speaking ill of his play. But I don't think he's a bad player. I think maybe he's just trying to get more accustomed to the playing style in the U.S., but I think he's just keep doing what he should be doing. Next up, we have your Columbus Crew beating San Jose 2-1. Sean Zawatsky scoring the 28th minute, and Max Arfsten scoring the 62nd minute for the Columbus Crew. San Diego FC going on a losing streak of sorts. They lose 3-1 to Real Salt Lake at home, I believe. RSL got 2 goals from Diego Luna, 45th minute and stoppage time, and then a 54th minute penalty. The Houston Dynamo went 2-2 with Austin FC. Nashville City Soccer Club, SC, won their game 7-2 over the Chicago Fire. Sam Sturgis scored a hat trick. He had a 15-minute penalty, a 45th minute plus stoppage time penalty, a 50th minute shot on goal, and a 57th minute goal as well. Colorado tied 1-1 with Seattle. Jordy Mihailovic scored in the 54th minute, and then Seattle's Daniel Musovski scored in the 45th minute to tie up the game. And then coming out of the West, the Vancouver Whitecaps, surprising everybody as of late, they won their game against Minnesota United 3-1. Sebastian Berhalter scored in the 55th minute, and then Pedro Vite scored in the 66th and 70th minute as well. And then I guess you could say the upset of the week, Inter Miami finally got their first league loss of the season, losing to FC Dallas 4-3. Is the first, first MLS loss for Inter Miami. They did not have Messi playing, as I believe they're probably resting him for the next Champions Cup match coming up, which we'll get to a little bit later. LAFC tied 2-2 with St. Louis City. Then the LA Galaxy in a very, very tough spot. They lose 4-2 to Portland Timbers at home, by the way. Worst start to a defending champion league history, and worst start in Galaxy history as well. Hopefully they could turn it around very, very soon. I believe they only have 2 points and have not won a game after
not looking good, Rob.
10 league matches. Nope, it's not looking good at all, my dude. And then that was for match day 10. Trying to go over some games really quick with you. For match day 11 coming up. Saturday, May 3rd, we got the Columbus Crew versus Charlotte FC on Apple TV, MLS Season Pass, Apple TV Plus at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then FS1 matchup, San Diego FC hosts FC Dallas. That game is on Fox Sports 1 at 6:15 Pacific Standard Time. And then the Sunday night soccer matchup, we got Sporting Kansas City versus LA Galaxy on Apple TV, MLS Season Pass, and Apple TV Plus at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yep. I mean, some of these games, they've been pretty good. I mean, like I said, not like last time I came out here to talk, where we just had a bunch of draws. We had just teams, I don't know, I think we're starting to see a slight breakaway. I mean, it's still early on in the season. A lot of teams can still make a comeback, especially like a team like the Galaxy. I could go over the table with everybody really quick. Danny, have you watched any games by any chance? Have you seen anything interesting catch your eye in the soccer world? Anything soccer related?
No, I'm locked into the NBA, Rob. I apologize.
I am not surprised. Here we go. Where's the table? Right here. Loading. Oh, come on, not the internet failing. Sometimes I have the table on, sometimes not. Here we go. Yeah, Cincinnati, surprisingly, at number 1 was 22 points. The Columbus Crew at 21. Philly with 19 points in third. Tied with Charlotte was 19 as well. And yeah, Miami, I think if they would have won this game against Dallas, they would have jumped up 18, 19, 20. They would have been at least seconds behind Cincinnati. Then yeah, Nashville was 16 at 6th place. Orlando is in 7th place with 16. Right behind them in 8th is New York Red Bulls. And right next to them in 9th is their neighbors, New York City, with 14 points. In 10th place is the New England Revolution with 13 points. Chicago are in 11th with 12 points. Atlanta United have 9 points, are in 12th. Also with 9 points is DC. Toronto has 7 points in 14th, and then in Montreal have 3 points. In the Western Conference, we have the Vancouver Whitecaps, as I mentioned, just surprising everybody. Have 23 points. Portland Timbers right behind them. I didn't even realize they were that good with 18 points. Austin FC have 16 points, are in third. Minnesota have 16 points as well. In fourth, Colorado Rapids in fifth with 16. Dallas, off of that big win, was 15 points in sixth. San Diego has 14 points in seventh. LAFC right next to them with 14 points in 8th place. The Seattle Sounders have 9 points with 13 points. RSL has 12 points in 10th. San Jose Earthquakes in 11th with 10 points. St. Louis City in 12th with 10 points. Houston with 10 points in 13th place. Sporting Kansas City with 7th, and the Galaxy in 15th in the Western Conference with 3 points with no wins. But yeah, it's not looking too good for any of the teams at the bottom of the table, especially for Montreal or the Galaxy. Like I said, it's still super early on in the season. They still got time to turn it around. But yeah, it is a little worrisome as a person that likes the Galaxy. They're really gonna have to do a lot to turn it around. I'm not sure what it's gonna take. Right now, the Galaxy are capped in the salary. But yeah, I mean, look at a team like Cincinnati. They made some moves. They turned it around. The Columbus Crew, people thought they were going to be done and dusted because they, had to get rid of arguably their best player, their striker. They've been still doing well. Philadelphia added a guy. They lost a guy and they're still doing really well. I know. Philly gave up their guy to Columbus, who are now really good, and Philly is just doing really well because they gave up that guy. Charlotte, I'm surprising me a little bit. I didn't think they would be doing this well. Miami, I mean, they have a star-studded talent. They have Messi, Alba, Busquets, Suarez. They're still cooking everybody. I don't think this one loss is going to deter them. I think they have they're mentally and physically focused on the Champions Cup. So I think that's why you haven't seen them doing so well. But they were the only team without a loss up until this point. So they probably know something that a lot of people do not know. And once again, Vancouver are just wheeling and dealing. They have 1 loss, 7 wins, 2 draws in league play. In the Champions Cup, they really held their own against the Mexican sides, and you see how far they've gotten. Yeah. I guess was that, Danny. I would like to talk about something soccer related that you may not know, but I know a little bit.
Give it to me.
So the USL is going to do promotion relegation sometime in the next couple of years. It's starting to get people talking, as in, will the MLS adopt Pro Rel? But the thing is, the USL is not ringing in the cash as the MLS is. So it kind of begs the question, are you going to pay almost $250 million to enter the MLS, and then the MLS does promotion relegation and you drop down to 2nd, 3rd division? Or would you invest a little bit of money, a lot less money, go into the 4th or 3rd division of the American soccer pyramid and enter the USL? What would you do, Danny?
That is a very good question. As a person with not that much money, I would choose option 2. Hope that I can make some money off of a smaller investment. But if I had a butt ton of money, I really didn't care. Fuck it. I mean, join the MLS.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's for the MLS. It's a bigger cash cow, obviously. But
right.
What kind of rings the people's bells about this is because that's how it is, kind of like in every other league, especially in Europe, where it is 1 division, 2nd division, 3rd division, and it's an open system. Here, right. Obviously, the MLS is just the MLS. They have their MLS Next Pro, which is regarded as a 3rd division, but that's just for their 2nd teams to play in, so you can have them in a controlled system, in a controlled environment. Like for the USL, if the USL really does go with this, I think it's going to be a closed system. So it's going to be USL Premier Division.
But how would that win? It sounds like you're saying it kind of be like a bid money system where you have to buy your way through.
No.
Like that.
Well, yes and no. So obviously you have to spend money to make a team, right?
Right.
But you're not gonna spend millions of dollars to go straight to the first division. That's not how it works.
Right.
Like you're gonna spend X amount of money, and you're gonna
to create like a third division, second division team.
yes, like you can spend your millions of dollars on your third or fourth division team, but you're
Right.
still gonna start at the bottom.
Right. And then hopefully get enough fans, money, revenue, get a couple good
Well,
players, and then go through
Well, I would say the other way
and
around. Get a couple
beat
good
a relegated
players.
team. Oh, well, you know what I mean. Not in that order, but
No, yeah. Get a
do
couple
all
good
those things
players.
so that you can catch a bad MLS team in relegation.
But that's the thing. The MLS and the USL are not going to work in conjunction. Like,
Right.
there's going to be
Damn.
MLS First Division and USL First Division. There's going to be 2 first divisions in the country.
Oh, interesting.
That's what I was saying. Like, the USL is going to have a closed system.
Oh,
So there's
separate from. I thought it was. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? So imagine like
I
a
see what
pyramid,
you're saying now. Right.
except there's going to be 2 points at the top.
Right.
So MLS on one side and the USL on the other side.
Right.
So let's say the USL handpicks half of their current second division teams to go into that first division, whatever they call it. Let's say it's USL Premier or whatever. And then the second division is their championship. Then they have USL League 1, the USL League 2. And I think that's as far as they've gotten so far, unless they make another fifth division, which would be interesting. Unless they work with the other lower tiers, because there are other divisions. I mean, I know for sure a fourth tier division. I think it's the NPSL and the UPSL. I'm not sure where they are in the pyramid off the top of my head. But yeah, I mean, it'd be really interesting. And then also, they might even, I wouldn't be surprised if they even change their calendar structure. I know we slightly talked about it last time. Unfortunately, yeah, the MLS did not officially announce that they were going to switch. I don't know, it was just a rumor.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if they come out next season and they're like, all right, we're changing the whole calendar, and we have X amount of months off until the World Cup.
Right.
And then whatever.
To match up with the international schedule.
Yeah. So I don't know. They might come out with the curveball. I would be very surprised. But as I mentioned before, they're worried about the weather. Like places like Chicago or New York. But I've been watching Goal TV, and I don't know what it is exactly, but Eric Winalda has like not a sponsor. Eric Winalda has like a podcast of some sort called Unleashed, not a sponsor, with Eric Winalda. And he kind of, he goes off, like he tells it like it is. I don't know if it's all true, but I like that he's I guess emotional about it. Cause I don't know, I guess like it just brings a different sight that you don't get to see, like with the little media that you see for the MLS. And he was talking about today that, like, yeah, if we switch the schedule, like, what's the difference? Like, so what? It snows in Minnesota. Just have them not play in Minnesota for, like, 2-3 weeks. Like, hello?
You're saying, like, borrow another team stadium or something?
Well, no, just have them play on the road. Like.
Right. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
For that team, just have Minnesota play elsewhere.
Yeah, and then, because he was saying, like, when the league first started, it was kind of constructed with NFL owners in mind. Right. So they were like, we play in September to February. How about the MLS starts in February or March, and we just go from there? Well, that was cool in the beginning, as Ronaldo was saying, but now it's like, okay, well, I think we have a little bit of control now, where it's like we don't need to do it that way anymore.
Right. It's like there could be a little bit of overlap because they have their own fans.
Yeah, and that's what they're worried about. They're like, oh, well, we don't want to take away, like, what if this blows up and then the NFL screwed? Like, no, I don't think that was ever going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think the MLS is ever going to blow up more than the Super Bowl, which ends in February. Yeah. Right.
Which is also another thing, too. He was like, look what happened in this year's final. We had New York and LA, 2 big markets, but imagine if that December 7th final was in New York. Last time I checked, It's cold over there.
Cold, snowing probably.
No, yeah. So like, luckily the strength of schedule was on the side of the Galaxy, so that's why they were able to host. But yeah, I can't wait to see where we go from there, because I would like to see a schedule change. Like, imagine they start when everyone else starts, late August. The season ends in May when the weather is right. Like, yeah, you're gonna have to go through the crappy weather, but at least you're only going to go through the crappy weather for a little bit and not twice. Because think about it, February, March, a little bit of April, it's still kind of cold in a lot of places.
Right.
And then you go into October, November, December. Like, I think the last time there was a cold weather World Cup, a cold weather MLS Cup, was 2013, when two cold weather cities played each other.
Yeah.
And
so
they had to play.
No huge disadvantage.
It was RSL from Utah, where it snows, at Sporting Kansas City, where guess what, Danny?
It also
snows. It didn't snow this day, but I do remember the ESPN commentators, not a sponsor, were telling the commissioner, Don Garber, when they were rumoring about the Inter Miami team in 2013, 2014, they were like, MLS Cup final in Miami doesn't sound that bad right now. No shit, bro. I can literally see your breath coming out of your mouth as you're talking.
That's crazy.
That's how cold it was. But I don't work there, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, I'm getting off my rants now. Thank you for our MLS, listening to our recap. Danny, do you have anything to add? What do you think about this real quick? Good or bad?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not super familiar with the relegation and stuff. But I mean, if it brings in more money and if it brings more eyes and ears to it, one, I'm already welcome to the schedule change. I don't know why they didn't do it already, but yeah, I mean, it's great bringing more teams and stuff. And I think it just provides more jobs and stuff in general. There are a lot of players, kids, athletes who, maybe due to injury, just circumstance, aren't able to make it to the pro league. If you're able to make it to a third, whatever division, and then work your way up or down, I think it just presents more opportunity for those who maybe missed out because of an injury or misfortune or circumstance, whatever. Why not?
But yeah, I think that ends our MLS recap there. Danny, are you ready to enter the warm-up?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, I will ask you for a favor here. We got the
What's
NFL draft review. Can you read to everybody here really quick? I gotta step out for a moment. Can you read the first 10 draft picks that I have here? And then when I come back, which will be very quick, we'll talk about the little slight off controversy that happened in this year's draft. Is that cool?
Yes, sir. I'll read them all.
All right. Yeah, teams, players, campus, position. All right, ready, go.
Yeah, so the number one pick in the NFL draft, Cam Ward from Miami, quarterback, going to the Titans. Number 2, we got Travis Hunter, the wide receiver from Colorado, going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we got Abdul Carter in third pick, coming from Penn State, the defensive end, going to the New York Giants. We've also got in fourth, Will Campbell. I don't even know what the hell this position is. T's not tight end. I gotta ask Rob for this, but coming out of LSU for the Patriots. Mason Graham, coming out of Michigan, a defensive tight end, I believe. Going to the Browns. And in 6, we got Ashton Jaunty from Boise State, running back, going to the Las Vegas Raiders. We got Armand Membu from Missouri, offensive lineman, going to the New York Jets. We got, oh my God, look at this name. Tataroa McMillan from Arizona, wide receiver, going to the Panthers. We've got in 9th, Rob will love this one as a Saints fan. Kelvin Banks from Texas, offensive lineman, going to the Saints, of course. And going let me just read their name. Colston Loveland from Michigan, tight end, going to the Bears. I think I ran through that a little bit fast. Yeah, we hit the first 3 of these draft picks in our water break. So in our off week, we drop a Instagram reel, a TikTok, just a little short of a couple of the sports news of the week. And it happened to be my week of the to upload. Did a little golf range session from Arizona on a dirt driving range, and I was able to grab the first 3 picks live, put them into the water break, and hopefully you guys had some talk around the water cooler with your coworkers, buddies, and whatnot about those 3 picks, keeping you guys in the loop. But as we wait for Rob to come back, yeah, I think Cam Ward was always going to be the number 1 pick. But he will likely talk about the big controversy. Jesus, I can't say that word today. The big controversy of this draft, missing or omitted from this top 10 day 1 draft was a certain Sanders, Deion Sanders' son. The Cleveland Browns ultimately rolled and picked up Deion Sanders in the 144th pick. 50 selections after already taking a quarterback, and with most people assuming that Sanders would go in like the first or second day, they picked up Deion Sanders' son in the 144th pick out of Colorado. A lot of people are saying that it's because of his lineage, his genetics, him linking him to another player that kind of stirs a bit of controversy in the press. But we'll see what he has to do in Cleveland. He'll be playing backup to already a great quarterback, Joe Burrow. So we'll see how many minutes he actually gets. Maybe he'll be one of the first traditionally trained quarterbacks that we had in a while, where they get drafted, as Tom Brady did, and then have to play second fiddle for a long time before kind of flourishing into their own. So we will see how that goes.
All right, what I missed?
Still not back. Here you are. Jesus, Robert,
did you go through them so quickly?
I ran through all of them. I talked about Sanders' son,
bruh,
being picked in the 144th instead of first or second day. I ran through everything.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Rob, the T, is that tight end? What is that position?
Yes, tight end.
Tight end. Okay, you put T. I was like, okay, I'm assuming that's tight end. It's not a position that is new that I don't know what it is now.
I know Will Campbell from LSU. He is a tackle.
Tackle. Oh, I take that back. Okay, excuse me. It's a tight end.
What
earlier.
the fuck
He's
did
a
you?
tackle. That's a tight end. My bad.
Yeah, and then Colston Loveland from Michigan is a tight end.
Is a tight end. What's DT? Defensive tackle.
Yes, defensive tackle.
Oh my gosh.
Do you
I'm
know
so
what?
dumb.
Do you know what DE is?
Defensive end.
Okay, I leave for 5 minutes, and this is what I come back to.
Hey, my bad. Hey, look, I'm the NBA guy.
That's actually more entertaining than what I initially thought you were.
Don't roast me too bad in the comments, gang.
Okay,
Robert's the double football guy. I'm the NBA guy.
So you just finished talking about Shadir, right?
Yep.
Okay,
yes,
so I think I know what happened.
Go ahead.
I think the reason why he didn't get picked was, for one, not a lot of teams were looking for a QB, and two, I think just due to the fact that A, they know who his dad is, B, he's a known name, so he brings a lot of baggage, good and bad, and C, with that baggage, I think a lot of teams were just worried about the circus coming to town. And
right.
also, as a football standpoint, I was reading up and seeing a lot of pundits talk about it. I think just based off of his playing, and I think I can't remember if he went to the combine, but based off of what the pundits, he went to the combine. Based off what the pundits were saying, is that apparently the scouts and everyone think that he just doesn't got it. As in,
Right. He didn't do any
he
practices,
holds on.
any private
He
practices.
holds on to
didn't
the
talk
ball
any
for too
coaches.
long.
Right.
Wait, what?
Yeah. He didn't do any private practices. He didn't talk to any coaches personally, do interviews and stuff. From what I heard.
So I guess from what they've seen him from his playing at Colorado, they think he holds on to the ball too long, and your A turns the ball over, turnover on downs, or B, he just takes so many sacks. And I think
Right.
he and I'm not trying to put him down either. It's just that when you're playing like that, you're trying to be Pat Mahomes, you're trying to be Michael Vick, like that can only take you so far. And he was playing under the graces of his father, which is nice. But once you're in the NFL, it's a totally different animal.
Right.
And why do you think they always tell you like try to always have a backup plan, because it can all go downhill so quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, for him, he'll be fine. Shadir, he's a great athlete. But we'll have to see, because Cleveland has a bunch of QBs. It's like, why did you pick him, or why didn't you pick him earlier? Like, and this whole draft was also very bizarre as well. It was kind of like, for the first time in a while, you didn't know who was gonna get picked, because there wasn't. I'm not gonna say there's no superstars in college football right now, but for the first time in a while, it was kind of like a crapshoot. And it's kind of like, well, everyone kind of already has what they need. Either A, they got their superstar, or B, they got a work in progress build, and they feel confident in that. So there's a reason why we didn't see a lot of QBs getting picked or anything out of the ordinary. Well, it was all out of the ordinary, I should say. But yeah, I mean, that's just the way the cookie crumbled this year in the draft. Danny, were you able to watch a little bit of the draft? I know you were, because you did.
Yeah, I watched
this
a
past
little
week,
bit, the first few picks and whatnot. But I was saying, Rob, my 2 cents on the Sanders pick is God damn it! Well, it just left my head. I said it earlier, but Deion Sanders, a bit of a headache in the press and whatnot. But I was saying that he might be one of the next very traditional trained quarterbacks, like Tom Brady, who plays second fiddle to another quarterback, learns on the bench, and learns how to do the basics outside of college and the fundamentals and whatnot. And then once it's his time, because he likely won't be getting many minutes on the Browns, he's able to step up and provide the scoring and with the fundamentals in place that some other college QBs straight out of college that go straight to starting aren't able to establish because they're needed so quickly.
No, we'll have to wait and see. I have a feeling he's not going to stay in Cleveland for too long, and then he's going to get his shot somewhere else, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
But yeah, it was very odd. Even I was watching John Boy, now a sponsor on Instagram, and even they posted a clip from the Dodgers. They were playing the Pirates, and what's his name? Paul Skynes, popular pitcher. We've talked about him here before. They're like, so they were warming up, and they were warming up with the football, and then the Dodgers commentator was like, even Paul, look at Paul Skynes, maybe he's gonna get drafted before Shaduri Sanders.
That's crazy.
Cause they were warming up with the football.
That is crazy.
Yo, taking shots out of nowhere. But I mean, that's your NFL draft from this year. It was in Green Bay, Wisconsin. A lot of people showed up for this. I mean, it's a big football town, so shout out to the people in Green Bay for showing up to the NFL draft, and congratulations to all the young athletes that are going to the NFL. Do you have anything to add, Danny?
No.
Hello? Oh, okay. I thought we.
I kind of said my 2 cents already and whatnot while you're out, but.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say one more thing.
Draft.
They prank called them.
Oh yes, I did see that. They did, and he got pretty angry that someone, because allegedly only the NFL had that number, NFL officials, so someone got a hold of that and
so they're investigating what happened. I'm pretty sure someone back there took a pic of it and then sent it to somebody.
Right. I mean, I don't think it's very hard to find somene's number nowadays, like even with a burner and whatnot. But
I think that's the point, though. It's a burner.
Yeah. I mean,
that's what's crazy.
Yeah. In today's digital age, just knowing someone's phone number around someone else's phone number, the way iPhones connect and whatnot, I think you can figure some stuff out with someone who's more technology than I.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, hey, he streamed himself, and his family
Right.
was there, and they all look happy when he got picked. So
Right.
it don't matter. Number one,
Yeah.
144.
I mean, he got
Yeah,
drafted. So
Yeah, can't hate on him
anyway, bro,
because he's happy.
I am
But
ready for the rundown if
yep.
you are.
No, yeah, me too. Yeah, the rundown, we got quite a bit, I think. I don't know, we'll see. It's been a long week. So we got some NASCAR update for you. Austin Cedric wins the Jack Links 500 from Talladega Super Speedway from Lincoln, Alabama. Cedric's number 2 team Penske Ford pulled ahead of Roush Fenway's Kalowski racing driver Ryan Preece, number 60 Ford, by a length of a front hood to claim a 0.022 second victory in
Dang.
Sunday's Jack Links 500. The two Ford Mustangs exchanged the lead 5 times in the final 6 laps and ultimately finished side by side, holding off a pair of hard-charging Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet teammates just behind in Kyle Larson and William Byron. The next race will be Sunday, May 4th, 2025, from Fort Worth, Texas, for the Ruth 400, presented by Licky Molly, not a sponsor, at Texas Motor Speedway. Coverage of the race begins at 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on FS1. Quick update from the WWE WrestleMania 41 passed by from Las Vegas. Night 1's main event, the triple threat match, was Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins defeated Roman Reigns and CM Punk, with Paul Heyman coming out with CM Punk and then not leaving with CM Punk, joining sides with Seth Rollins betraying Roman Reigns and CM Punk at the same time. And Night 2's main event, the big one that everyone was talking about, Cody Rhodes versus the now heel John Cena. John Cena picking up the victory over Cody Rhodes, even after Cactus Jack, Travis Scott, interfered to get Cody Rhodes, but nope, Cody Rhodes too fast for that one. And then John Cena picking up the W. He is now the all-time winner in the WWE in world titles, with a total of 17. He is officially the all-time GOAT in his farewell time in the WWE. Danny, I know you watched a little bit. What happened?
Farewell season.
Yeah, I guess you could say his farewell season. Danny, what do you think about this? John Cena being a bad guy and having the most world titles in wrestling history in the WWE.
Yeah, it's one way to do it. I think he is such a, everyone knows that John Cena as a guy, as much as we know, is a great guy. Gives so much of his time to charity, to kids in need and whatnot.
He still does.
Yeah, still does. So, I think no matter how bad of a heel he is, he and his people are counting on, most people know that he's just a good guy in general. So it's just all fun and games, being a heel and whatnot. So I think it was just a good pivot, something interesting to watch, as he finishes up his time with the WWE. But yeah, I mean, for him to go out as a good guy the whole way through, might have been a little boring. So
yeah, it's not
just
compelling
storyline wise. Yeah, it's just good TV, and it's just fun to see a bit of a contrast of what we see in regular traditional media and whatnot. So, well, without like jeopardizing that character that we know and love. So, yeah, I mean, John Cena. Really, at the end of the day, unless he does some foul stuff, you're not gonna say John Cena's a bad guy.
Well, he is a bad guy. Him and Randy Orton had a segment, and he told Randy Orton, he's like, I don't have any kids. The reason why is because I've been taking care of all these dumb parents' kids for the past 20 years.
That's funny as hell.
He straight up went, I don't know, he didn't point out who he was yelling at, but he was yelling at a random child and a random parent in the crowd. And he said, it's not my fault, your dad's a loser. And he's like, great. That kid just gave me the bird.
That's so funny.
That was fucking hilarious. But yeah, moving on to some more soccer news. We got the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Sorry if you can hear my dog. We have the semifinals that just happened last week. The Vancouver Whitecaps, as I mentioned before, getting the job done. They hosted Inter Miami, a full-powered Inter Miami team, and came away with a 2-0 victory over Inter Miami. Brian White scored in the 24th minute, and Sebastian Berhalter sealed the deal in the 85th. Inter Miami was going at them, and this was an anti-Messi crowd, by the way, Danny. Every time he touched the ball,
boos. Yep.
Yeah, dude. The Canadians, bro, they don't like you. But yeah, that was a good back and forth affair with Vancouver taking it 2-0. Now they will play, as of this recording, April 30th on Wednesday, when you're listening to this, Wednesday, April 30th, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, watch on the Fox network. So it's either going to be on FS1 or Fox proper, most likely FS1. If you want to watch it in Spanish, look for it on Univision or TUDN. And then the other semifinal between the Liga MX Tigres and Cruz Azul, and then a 1-1 draw. The second leg will be Thursday, May 1st at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, also on Fox Networks and TUDN. In the Champions League, we just had the first semifinal of 4. Arsenal hosted PSG and lost to an early Ousmane Dembele goal in the 4th minute. I was able to watch part of the game, most of the game actually. And yeah, Arsenal and PSG, they were going back and forth. I think if this one goal would have not have gone in, this game would have ended 0-0. But yeah, now they go back to Paris for the second leg. Arsenal down now 1 goal, but I don't think 1-0 is a bad start. I wouldn't be surprised if this game opens up a lot and Arsenal comes away with the victory. But maybe this is PSG's shot to finally make it to the final and win it all. The second leg is Wednesday, May 7th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on CBS and Paramount Plus. Check your local listings for the game in Spanish for free. And then as of this recording, Wednesday, we have Barcelona versus Inter Milan on leg 1, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on CBS and Paramount Plus. And then the second leg will be Wednesday, May 6th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on CBS and Paramount Plus as well. Quick NWSL news. The National Women's Soccer League has formally applied to the U.S. Soccer Federation to create a new Division II league. CBS Sports reported that 8 NWSL teams committed to the D2 league thus far, and that every NWSL team would be required to have an affiliated second-tier team within the first 4 years. News of the NWSL's plans comes only a week after the WPSL Pro announced that it will launch as a second division, a level of women's professional soccer that has not previously existed in the United States. If all proposed leagues launch as planned, the number of women's professional teams in the U.S. could jump from 12 in 2023 to roughly 50 by the end of 2026. Both WPSL Pro and NWSL Second Division will require formal approval and sanctioning from U.S. Soccer. So yeah, this would be a big deal. I think we've been focusing so much on the men's side of the popularity of the sport after the World Cup, and we totally forgot about the women's game. And yeah, I think they're also taking advantage of the popularity of the sport as well. In addition to that, I got some score lines from this past weekend. Orlando beat Angel City 3-2. Houston 1-0 against Utah. Washington 0, Gotham 3. North Carolina 3, Kansas City 2. Chicago 0, San Diego 3. Bay FC 1, Seattle 1, and Portland 3, and Louisville 3 as well. And then Danny, to close out, unless I've forgotten something, we got some hockey stuff to talk about really quick.
Yes.
Because I've totally screwed the pooch, and I'm sorry again. It's just, I don't know, man. I always forget about this. Just hockey, I'll watch hockey, but I won't talk about hockey. It's kind of weird. The NHL playoffs are also underway. I got some East first round updates for you. We got the Senators versus the Maple Leafs. Game 5, we got Toronto leading 3-1. I believe this game is today, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on ESPN. We also have the Devils and Hurricanes. Also at a Game 5 scenario, Carolina leads 3-1. In the West, the first round, we got the Wild and the Golden Knights. Another Game 5. The series is tied 2-2. And then we also got the Kings and the Oilers. Game 5, series tied 2-2. I've been watching these games specifically because the Kings, obviously. The Kings had them 2-0. Then they moved the series out to the Oilers, where the Oilers paid them back with 2 wins of their own. The Kings could have won Game 3, but after some sloppy play, the Oilers took advantage. And then in the 4th game, I think the Kings were up once again, but the Kings could not put them away, and the Oilers came back to win that game as well. So now the series is tied 2-2. And then as of this recording, it should be April 30th. The Canadians play the Capitals, the Panthers play the Lightning, and the Blues will play the Jets. And then Game 6 of the Stars and the Avalanche will be Thursday, May 1st. So, I will have this now on paper to make sure to have an update for the NHL playoffs and from so on. So, sorry about that. But, Danny, do you have anything else to add in our rundown?
No. Are those dates and times for today as this recording, or
yes,
today,
for
Wednesday,
this
is the upload?
Yeah, I wrote them down, but it doesn't matter because it's as of this recording. So
right. So as of this recording, so they should be done by the time you guys listen to this.
No, I should have done it back. I did it backwards, but I was in a rush. Sorry, it's been a very busy week for me. So yeah.
Yeah, I can quickly pull up the games that will be going on.
I could do that too really quick.
Tomorrow. Let me see. Playoffs.
Very quickly, Wednesday. Beat ya.
Wednesday.
So Canadians Capitals will be 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on ESPN. Panthers Lightning at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on ESPN2. The Blues and the Jets will play at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on ESPN. And then the Stars and Avalanche will be on TBS, time TBD at the moment.
Right.
But,
and that would be on May 1st, Thursday.
Yes, Thursday. But
right, awesome.
Danny, do you have anything else to add for our rundown before we go
That's
way over time?
We did a lot. We covered a lot of sports.
I think we're gonna have to do a podium show for the NBA soon. So look out for that.
We'll do that. We didn't even touch on MLB stuff, but we'll do that next show.
No, yeah, for sure.
Possibly in the upcoming water break.
No, yeah, for sure, man. Keep a lookout for that. I don't know. I guess it's time for the outro. I'm pretty tired, Danny.
Hit it, Rob.
Thank you for listening to Rambling Runoff. If you're listening on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps us out. If you're listening on Spotify for Creators, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, please give us a follow. If you want to see more from us on social media, hit us up on X, aka Twitter, at Rambling Runoff. We're also on Instagram, at Rambling Runoff. And check us out on TikTok, because we post there as well. I've been your host, Robert Rios, for my co-host, Danny Tan. We will see you next time. Peace out. Bye.
Peace.